Those things.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Predictive Playbook. I have two very talented, intelligent, professional sports bettors with me. Don Buster of Don Buster Sports and Jesse Schulle, who's both are regulars on my show, and I couldn't be happier. So without further ado, we're going to get right at it here. We're doing 3 college football picks, and we're going to turn it over first to Buster, and he's going to talk about the Utah is visiting San Diego State game. San Diego State 2-0, Utah 1-1. Utah is a 7-point road favorite here. The over-under looks to be about 44.5, and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California is the venue. So, Buster, take it from here and tell us who your best bet is on.
Well, thanks, John, for having me, and we're going to go here with our free play on our best bet, as you like to call it, on San Diego State +7. We really like this spot here because Utah is actually going to be on their second road trip. They just went to BYU and lost at BYU 26-17, and now they have to go to play in, well, as you had mentioned, San Diego State is actually not playing their home games in San Diego. They're actually playing at that Dignity Sports Park, the home of actually the LA Galaxy. It's about 2 hours or maybe hour 45 minutes up the road. So that's actually why we have it as a free play, because we are a little worried about how much of the home crowd will be there and not playing in a right spot. But we love the spot for San Diego State. They dominated last week against Arizona, beat them 38-14, out-yarded them 454 yards to 221. They had 271 yards of rushing.
That's a ton.
That's got to be a concern for the Utah staff here, because Utah allowed BYU 231 yards of rushing, and San Diego State, what they are going to do, they're going to want to just control the game. They will control the game with their rushing, and they will pass when they have to pass. And that's how they play. That's how they always played. Actually, last game, that Jordan Brookshire, he went 10 for 14, but 2 of his touchdown passes were 1 for 40 yards and 1 for 75. So Utah's defense going to have to be on their toes there. Again, the second road game for Utah really stands out for us. And another thing, too, they're going to get ready for Pac-12 games. This game, although it's important, of course, but now that they lost to BYU, they're getting ready for Pac-12 games coming up. They play the next 9 in the Pac-12. That's what's going to be more important. And come the fourth quarter, maybe those legs aren't going to be all what they should be at on that second road. And we really like San Diego State to have a good game here, and who knows? You never know. They may win OR, but San Diego State +7 is our play, John.
Oh, I love it. Love it, Buster. I always love those home dogs that have the chance to win the game outright. That's a powerful bet and good stuff. I'm going to take it from here. We got number 22, Auburn, visiting Happy Valley, number 10 ranked Penn State, who's off to a 2-0 start. Their quarterback, Clifford, is actually executing at a very, very high level. I don't see Auburn being competitive in this game, and I just learned that College Game Day will be on campus at Happy Valley, and when that happens, it's crazy. I've been there when this has happened, and waiting to see now if there's going to be a whiteout, because this game starts at 7:30, and it's 111,000 passionate fans. And there's another probably 100,000 outside the stadium that have been tailgating all day. So during the day, there's upwards of 200,000 plus people just enjoying the day and getting ready for the game. So this is going to be a really good spot for Penn State. I think the line at -6 is an absolute steal for them. It also is backed up by the fact that my models say that Penn State will easily score 28 points in this game. And when they do, they are, over the last 15 seasons, 137-45 against the number. When they score 28 or more over the last 3 seasons, they've been 9-3, and that includes COVID last year. So it's even better than that, because last year they scored 28 points that didn't cover. But this is a totally different year, totally different team. They're focused. They have everything there that could take on the likes of Ohio State, which we saw some weakness this past week in their loss. And between Iowa, Penn State, and Ohio State right now, I think it's a toss-up to see who's going to be the Big Ten champion. So I like Penn State a lot this week at -6. And now we're going to turn it over to Jesse Schulle for his game, which is in the Arizona State number 19 at number 23 BYU. Arizona State here is ranked higher than BYU, and they're also favored by 3.5 on the road. The over-under is 51.5. This game will be taking place at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time at Lavelle Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. Jesse, what should we do with our money in this game?
Well, I'm looking at BYU coming off that big win over Utah. And, of course, that was the Holy War. It's a great game to watch. I'm excited every time I get to see BYU play Utah. But I think it's going to be hard for BYU to get up for this game like they did last week. It's quite a letdown spot for BYU coming off that huge win over rivals Utah. It's interesting to point out that, they faced a ranked opponent last week, and they were a 7-point underdog, and then they come in this week and they're 3.5-point underdog. So that line's come down, in half since last week, basically playing a team ranked in the same spot. Arizona State looks good. Their young quarterback, Jaden Daniels, is doing it on both sides of the ball. He's the team's leading rusher. He's been quite accurate, 73% completion percentage. Interesting to note that his career TD to INT ratio, 24 touchdowns, only 4 picks. So he's pretty good at protecting the football. Speaking of protecting the football, BYU benefited from 4 Utah turnovers last week. They can't count on that week in, week out. And with a quarterback that can protect the football, I think Arizona State's in great shape to take this game.
Awesome, Jesse. Great stuff. So there you have it. We have Arizona State. We also have San Diego State home dog plus the points, and my pick is Penn State minus the points at home this Saturday. Great show, guys. And before I let you go, we do have a special that the Sports Memo media team has done for all of us. So you can get 30 days. It's essentially getting an extra 3 weeks free if you do it today. It's a great deal. It's regularly would be $466. As you can see, you can get it now for $199, and that covers you all the way through October 31st. So it's the best deal in town by far. We all have winning records, and we also, more importantly, have winning records over a long period of time. And I'm not going to say how old I am, but it is pretty long. And that'll do it for this show, guys. So, Jesse, I really appreciate your time. Same with you, Buster. Always a pleasure. So, on behalf of those guys, myself, the Predictive Playbook, sportsmemo.com, and wagertalk.com, may all the wins continue to be yours.